Are you serious? Stop. Okay, one thing I will say for sure. People cannot predict, really. Scientists, they can never, in no way can they really predict an earthquake. They can sense it coming. Their seismic activity lets them know it's approaching, but they, sort of like the coming of the Lord, they see the day approaching. The signs are all there, but they cannot nail it down the day or the hour. But you know it's coming, okay? Well, let me just share this with you. Right now, there's an article on Before It's News. You got to take these guys with a grain of salt. But there's been some scientific information about an earthquake predicted in the next 40 hours. Next 40 hours, California coastline, it's predicted will have a 6.0 to 7.0 earthquake. It's a prediction. It's a scientific prediction. It's not a Bible prophecy. It's definitely not a prophecy, dream, vision, or anything else from me. But I'm looking at the information here, and they identify the areas of the highest risk and concerns. And I've got some graphs and stuff. But I'm going to zero in and tell you where they think the highest, it's Southern California, and the highest, very highest spot is south of San Francisco on I-5, just anywhere from San Jose, right from San Jose south of there, southeast, kind of runs at an angle. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, but here's Southern California. And right there, of course, you can see that. Hang on a second, Paul Begley technology for sure. This is where San Francisco. Right here is the bay. There's San Francisco. So it's just at the tip of San Francisco, San Jose, right there on through toward the east. This is the highest spot. Any of this region is susceptible, but this is where they are pointing out. So, I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out there. And there's a reason I'm going to is because, that's pretty easy, right? There's been earthquakes there all the time. That's easy for me to say. But I think the reason I'm going to bring it up is because this is not the only major concern by scientists going on in the world. There's also major concerns of a volcano erupting in Korea. Mount Pakitu has been carefully observed since 1999 when a volcanic observatory was built in China. And since then, there has been some symptoms of eruption. Yes, there's only one thing about which they think is the same. It's a concern of a possible eruption on Mount Pakitu. The two Koreans remain at odds in everything else, but they are in one voice agreeing that there is a very strong possible volcanic explosion of the highest mountain of the Korean peninsula. And they are predicting now, South Korean geological experts are warning that the volcano could erupt sometime between 2014 and 2015. Again, volcanoes are similar to earthquakes in trying to predict an eruption. You can get much closer with a volcano than you can an earthquake. But both of them, with the technology and the advancements we have, we can see the day approaching, but we can't quite nail it down. Okay? Here's what, and then I'm going to tell you about a Mexico volcano in a moment. But let me read you what the Bible says pertaining to these situations we're living in today. This is Mark 13. Jesus said, Mark 13:19, if you have a Bible. Get a cup of coffee. Get a Bible. What? All right, if you drink tea, hot tea, that's permissible today, just today. For in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which God created unto this time, neither shall be. And except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. And then, if any man shall say to you, Lo, here's Christ, or Lo, he is there, believe him not. That's that 666 guy, that Jesus, Mr. DeJesus dude, who's telling everybody to put 666 on the tattoos because he is Christ in the flesh. Oh my Lord, don't believe that guy. For false Christ and false prophets shall rise, and shall show signs and wonders, to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. But take ye heed, behold, I have foretold you all things. But in those days, after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory. And then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the uttermost part of heaven. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When her branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is near. So ye in like manner, when you shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass, till all these things be done. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and of that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels, which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Now, it's pretty explanatory. You can see the signs, you can feel the shaking, you can identify on the destructions, the earthquakes. I want to thank Chris of England for sending me this information. I really appreciate it, Chris. God is doing something powerful. Now, here's what's going on in Mexico. Mexico remains on high alert as this, I can't pronounce it, this volcano, what? Paul Begley for vocabulary, Popocatépetl, how close was I? Popocatépetl, not bad. I think that's close. I don't know. I've not heard it pronounced. Okay, let's just go with it. Popocatépetl volcano threatens millions with gas and ash. Mexico remains on high alert as the Popocatépetl volcano continues to spew gas and volcanic ash into the air. Mexico's National Center for Disaster Prevention raised the threat level in April to its third highest warning in a 7-step scale. This indicates that possibly a magma expulsion and eruptions of increasing intensity. Popocatépetl is only 40 miles southeast of the capital of Mexico City. More than a fifth of Mexico's population of 114 million people live in this area. Residents of Puebla State and San Nicolas de los Ranchos have been trying to adjust to life as this 5,450-meter volcano continues to spew gases, fumes from its core. You can see the day approaching. You know imminently this volcano is going to blow. You know the earthquakes, the big ones, are going to hit California. You know this volcano is going to erupt in Korea. You know the New Madrid fault line is going to go. The Mississippi is going to roll backwards. You know the day is coming. Christ is coming. But are you saved? Have you given your life to Jesus? Do it now. Send me a personal message. I want to be saved. I want to be saved.